Their favorite stars are playing, and now they saw the glimpse of Kichcha Sudeepa. There it is on the screen. There is also a lot of other stars in the Karnataka Bulldozers, and each star has got their own fan following. I'm Shankar Prakash, and along with me, Charu Sharma. Well, it's a festive atmosphere here.
Oh, fantastic atmosphere, without doubt. And I'm afraid, I mean no disrespect, but a lot of it is due to the man we just saw on the screen, Kichcha Sudeep. Has a massive following. He has worked hard, he and his entire Karnataka Bulldozers team, to make sure that here on this magnificent ground in Mysore, we have a full house today. And should they go on to win, I'm not taking any sides, maybe Chennai Rhino will win, but should Karnataka Bulldozers win tomorrow, we can be assured of a similar crowd in the evening for the final. Vikrant on screen now has a lot of responsibility. I know the crowd's not working for him, against him, but a few big blows and he can silence the crowd. It's just that I think he got injured during the first effort at fielding at extra cover or long off, and I'm afraid that might mean that he's not quite at his athletic best at the crease, which will be a shame for the Chennai Rhinos.
Indeed, and at the same time, Vikrant will be the key to start with from the Chennai Rhinos' point of view. And Ramana is also a hard hitter of the ball. Ramana is no lamb with the bat. So definitely Ramana will be able to give some good start for Chennai Rhinos.
I must compliment Sunil Rao, who's been bowling these huge in-swingers and very full deliveries, getting most of his wickets bowled. And so he's going to be a bit of a handful. Watch out for Sunil, one of the bowling heroes for Karnataka.
The umpire saw it pretty deeply, but as you have been rightly telling, Sunil Rao, a difficult bowler to read. His arm action is quite different. And we have a Kumble in Karnataka's ranks in the form of Chandan.
Yeah, well, Chandan will be coming a little later. Didn't get to do too much with the bat. But Sunil, yeah, you're right, bowls off the wrong foot. And if you can take a look at that ball again, the amount of movement he gets coming into the bat, if you have a big gate, he's going to get you.
Wicket to wicket. Stick to basics, you will be rewarded sometime.
What a terrific delivery, right on cue. And I'm sure you spotted the amount of movement he got from well outside off to about middle stump. And very fortunately for Ramana, he could get his bat down just in time and made sure there was no damage. But you'll have to be very, very careful. See the ball well. Don't keep your head up in the air. And of course, if he loses his line, he'll be tailing down leg. That's when you can flick him away for runs.
Yeah, and a good delivery, wrapping him on the pad, straying down leg side. More of enthusiasm, less of conviction. No damage done for Chennai.
Yeah, but another dangerous delivery, because Ramana moved away to leg and could easily have ricocheted off his pads onto the stump. Sunil knows it was very, very close. Potentially another bowled, but Ramana gets away. That brings the skipper of the Chennai Rhinos, Vikrant, at the crease. Now he and Sudeep, for good reason, made a big show of being together, wearing each other's shirts. Now it's time for Vikrant to prove that he can do it for his team as well. Sudeep marshalling his forces, but Sunil Rao, what a special bowler for Karnataka. 3 wonderful deliveries.
No runs from the bat as of now. So it's a good start for Karnataka. They need to keep the momentum going. The intent is there. The momentum is there. Will they be able to pick up a wicket?
Well, the thing to do against Sunil Rao is to move well outside off and flick him away on leg. I wonder if they'll be that adventurous.
Vikrant probably wants to face some deliveries. Not interested. There was a single there, in fact.
Single? There was a boundary there. I think Vikrant was just a little late on the ball, a little tentative, because most of the batsmen are so afraid that the ball's going to sneak through their bat and pad, through the gate, that he just dabbed at it, pushed at it rather than the big flow of the blade. Well done, Sunil, once again, keeping the batsman very honest. Fearful even.
Next 2 dot balls, we'll see the first maiden over. We'll have to wait and see.
Oh my goodness, not in a 10-over situation, surely. Anyway, Vikrant is still there. Long on comes in, and we've got a man running away to deep backward point. What does that mean? Slightly shorter? Or is he inviting Vikrant to hit it over the top of mid-on? Here we go.
Hits it straight, bisecting the gap there, and probably Vikrant must have heard us. A boundary.
Yeah, loose by Sunil. An easy full toss at a wonderful height where Vikrant could unleash. It was in the arc, and he stepped forward as well. And because he stepped forward, there's no appeal for it to be a no ball, because at the crease that might have been just about waist high or below the waist. So they're off on the scoreboard with the bat. Vikrant with the first boundary. In fact, first runs with the bat, as you said.
Vikrant can be dangerous if he gets going. The Karnataka Bulldozers will have to watch out for that.
Well, we go back to the original field, long on, long off, which means you need to keep the ball full, but not a full toss, O'Neill, just full.
Strikes it hard. Not much of timing in it, but will be able to get a single and retain strike at the end of over number 1. Chennai 6 without loss.
Isn't that fabulous? We've gone on and on about how Mysore is a beautiful city. The ground's lovely. It's full, great atmosphere, just everything well set for the last semi-final of the Celebrity Cricket League season 11. Both sides have plenty of support. The leading ladies and other wives and girlfriends do come out and support the team. Great to have their support. They make the CCL what it is. And Shankar, I have to say, the crowd is just magnificent to see a full house for this wonderful semi-final.
Great news for CCL it will be. So you need to think of cities other than the Tier 1 cities. You need to look at Tier 2 cities where good stadiums are there. And Mysore has set the example that CCL, if played in such centres, will be a full house.
And they've been treated to one terrific semi-final already. Just to remind you, in case you joined us earlier or joined us now, that the Punjab they share are through to the final, and in the second semi-final the winner will go and join them. JK comes in.
JK, the share of Karnataka, the great all-rounder, has been serving Karnataka Bulldozers for a long time. Starts off with a dot. So it's been good bowling by Karnataka Bulldozers. If they can manage to pick up a wicket, Chennai will be on the back foot.
Yeah, I think there was a suggestion of asking for a wide by Vikrant, but that was well inside the suggestive line. And also, JK runs in very hard, but he's a very clever bowler, so that was probably pace off. And Vikrant had swung fully before the ball arrived.
Strikes it hard, beyond the reach of anyone. A boundary again, the second boundary for Vikrant. So Vikrant on a mission now.
Well, the skipper has to respond. He's given 100 runs away, 113 matter of fact. And this time he waited on it just a bit. There was slightly more pace. Again, it was short. And how well did he swing it away behind square leg 4? I think just a 4. Very close to being a 6 as well. But good to see that he's out there, not suffering, because I mentioned that he's injured. But it was loose delivery by JK. He's lucky not to be hit during the first ball, or because of the first ball. The second one he was. He's got to pitch up a little.
Comes out of the crease, goes for a mighty heave. JK, who has played competitive cricket prior to his film career, knows fully well, reads the mind of the batter very well, and that's what he did on this occasion.
He bowls these sort of off-cutters, really. They come back pretty appreciably off the pitch. And Vikrant, with his head high up in the air, just missed the line completely. You can't have too many dot balls go at this point of time, Vikrant, because it's still power play. Need put bat to ball.
Giving him sufficient amount of width and got the punishment he deserved. Another boundary, the second boundary of the over.
To his credit, the Chennai Rhinos captain didn't try and swing big on leg side, but waited on it. It was short, it was wide, didn't try and hit it too hard, found the gap. That's a wonderful boundary. Now, the same shot earlier would have earned him the same kind of runs or effect, but he was just swinging too hard. This was very, very well played by the Chennai captain.
Vikrant, 13 of 7. Again strikes it hard. This time will not be able to find any gap. Pick up a quick single there. So the Chennai Rhinos are fighting it out in the middle.
Just to remind everybody, in case you were a little confused, Vikrant does have a runner, and he took off very quickly. The ball wasn't fielded clean, and the run was easy in the end. So 9 runs off this JK over, 2 boundaries, 1 ball still to go. And Ramana, having seen all the action from the opposite end, will know that the ball comes in pretty sharply, setting up a possibility of playing on inside edge onto the stumps. So he'll have to watch for that, Ramana.
As you rightly said, the astrologer to my left, and fortunately for Chennai Rhinos, no damage done at the end of 2 overs. Chennai Rhinos 15 without loss.
Almost struck, and Chennai haven't raced away to a good score during the power play overs. 1 more to go. They're only 15, scoring 7.5. They need to score at 10, so the burden is only going to get worse as they go along. So this in many ways is a crucial over, and yet they've got to be careful with Sunil Rao because he's such a clever in-swinger. And I say once again, if they can move well outside off and play him to leg, that's their only hope of combating his in-swing. Difficult times for Chennai Rhinos.
Almost full toss. Missed out on that. Nevertheless, will be able to pick up the second run. They want the second, but smart piece of fielding. Good throw. Restricting it to only a single.
Yeah, big button there. 3-3-3. Had to fall to his left. I think the ball has stung his left hand a bit. It's a hard ball, Bachchan. I know you're a big boy. And, but the run was always on. And they took it quite easily after that misfield. No more damage done, though.
Sunil Rao. Good bowling so far. Again, very well bowled. Doesn't give any room to Ramana. Ramana still looking, searching for that first run.
Well, if you're going to keep just standing there and trying to hit the ball's moving around and you're not likely to find the middle of the bat. Again, big movement and of course very full. Sunil, that's one of his trademark deliveries, very well bowled. And unless you move at the crease yourself, maybe charge him and disturb his length, he's going to keep bowling in that pocket, in that hole, ball after ball. Well, he missed 1 or 2 last time, he got a full toss, but he's a very clever bowler. You got to disturb him.
Bowled! That's what we have been telling. Sunil Rao bowls wicket to wicket, and Amruta Iyengar and Sudeep's daughter are all happy there as Karnataka make inroads into Chennai.
Well, that's a 6-ball duck, just couldn't get going, and I said you leave room in the gate, he's going to exploit it. Bursting through the gate, middle stump knocked back, and Ramana will not want to remember this innings for very long at all. A forgettable outing at the crease. Chennai lose the first for 16.
The new batsman in, Prithvi. Chennai Rhinos, a lot of work to do for him. Must give company to Vikrant, who's looking in good shape, though slightly injured while fielding.
There's that terrific delivery, just about in the block hole. Ramana looking to hit it, God knows where, head in the air, and the ball finding that big, wide open gate. Much to the delight of Sudeep's daughter, as you said, and the other supporters. Sunil, I have been saying regularly, is a very clever bowler, big in swing, bowls it full. Either you give him the charge or take the risk of moving outside off and playing him on leg.
Yeah. What a delivery. A cricketer would have loved this.
Well, he's just bang on the money. Again, a very full delivery. And because Prithvi's only just come in, he was a little more careful. Had he swung bigger at that, he might too have gotten bowled. Somebody's got to tell them to disturb the length of Sunil, but I suppose it's too late. Sunil has only 2 deliveries left. And yet again, not only has it taken a wicket, but he has given nothing away. 1 for 6, 2 balls to go for Sunil.
Fans of Kichcha Sudeepa with the Kannada flag at the backdrop. Losing his run up and walks back slowly. 2 more balls for him. And Chennai struggling. That's the image of Kichcha Sudeepa, and the fans have come here in large numbers to support their hero. They want the team to play tomorrow also.
Well, for the moment, they lead the possibility of playing tomorrow.
Will not reach the boundary, but they pick up the second run quite easily. So Sunil Rao has not conceded a boundary till now.
Absolutely brilliant. And of course, picking up that wicket-hitting middle stump. Unfortunately for Prithvi, not only did he not get the middle of the bat, but he also showing the ill effects of an earlier injury, which he picked up when he was fielding, I think, at extra cover, the boundary. Hit his knee somewhere. So he's also limping. Vikrant is limping. Vikrant has a runner, but not Prithvi. Can't have 2 runners. They'll cause a lot of confusion. Last ball of a brilliant spell so far by Sunil Rao.
Strikes it hard, finds the gap. The ball is going towards the boundary. It will reach the boundary. We were talking about Sunil Rao not conceding a boundary, but the umpire will have a look at it.
Yeah, great dive by the fielder running outwards from square leg. There he is, well done, a big dive in the end. But he wouldn't know whether it hit the boundary sponge or not. We will find out pretty soon. Nicely done. No, I think his hand was in contact with the boundary protector as he also tried to put the ball in. So, looks to me that will be declared a boundary, and that's welcome runs for the Chennai Rhinos.
Darling Krishna there, jersey number 10 of Sachin Tendulkar. And he plays like one.
Well, he plays, as an even bigger striker. So what's the signal? It's a boundary, we think. We haven't seen the signal yet. But, well, come on. Anyway, end of the over, 22 for 1.
$22 for 1, and Sunil Rao completes his quota of allotted 2 overs in style, picking up a wicket, not conceding any runs at all, but barring the boundary. And otherwise, it's been great bowling by him. On the contrary, just because of expensive over from JK, a bowling change by Kichcha, Karan, the new bowler, to come on to bowl.
Well, the power play is over now, and Chennai Rhinos have not gotten away to a good start. So that puts them second best now to try and get that 113, because 5 boundary riders are out there. There's still plenty of changes in the field. But for the new man there, Karan Aryan, who's also a big striker of the ball, by the way. He's got a deep mid-wicket and a long on, and 3 boundary riders on the offside. Long off, there's a cover sweeper and a deep backward point. So plenty of spaces on the offside. And, quite a few in the infield as well. Easy runs to get.
Strikes it hard. They're looking for the second run. The throw comes in, but good running. There was a 2 there. And completing 2 runs. 24 for 1.
The CCL marching along. Vishnu Induri on the right, the founder, Raj Naik to the left, also on the steering committee, and of course a very big name in the world of media, earlier chief of star as well. They've all combined to do a lot of hard work for the CCL and take it to where it is. Season 11, it's been thoroughly sustainable, and we thank them.
Aerial route, but landing safely. But they will not get the second run because there was not much of power in the trot. It was fielded rather easily. So Vikrant, the innings probably should revolve around Vikrant now.
Well, the problem is that he's injured, and I don't think his movement on the crease at the crease is going to be too fluid. So they're fighting for wonderful trophy. I wonder who's going to even reach the final, leave alone pick up that trophy. For the moment, I say once again, Karnataka Bulldozers heavily favoured. Prithvi is injured, Vikrant is injured, they're both at the crease, making it tough for the Rhinos.
No hesitation, calling it a wide, and 4 extra runs also. The Chennai won't mind.
Oh, not at all. And I think the crowd is going to be very generous towards Kichcha Sudeep, who did dive to his left. The ball kept moving away. I don't think he allowed for that much movement. It was truly a wild delivery by Karan. I'm sure he's going to earn a bit of a death stare from Kichcha Sudeep, saying, "What are you doing? You make me look bad amongst the 10,000 fans of mine. Come on, get your line right."
The 10,000 plus fans won't mind that, so long as Kichcha is seen on the ground and on the screen.
Well, he's certainly a very hard trier and a great leader of the Karnataka Bulldozers team. Runs a very tight ship. They practice very hard, especially closer to the CCL.
What a shot! Probably one of the best shots of the day.
Wow, that speed. Huge 6 over square leg. The biggest so far. Deep into the crowd. And Karan is looking properly embarrassed. First a wild delivery, then a half tracker. And how well did Prithvi time that? Wow, almost outside the stadium. The best hit we've seen so far. And that gets the yellows up on their seats.
Utilizing the pace on that occasion, Prithvi gets a boundary. A little bit of worry in the Karnataka Bulldozers camp. Priya Sudeep and other supporters there. 4 boundaries and 1 6 so far. They need more.
Many more. Now, what is the instruction to Karan? 1 wild down the leg, 1 half tracker.
Good comeback by him, but nevertheless, it's not a dot ball. So the scoreboard is ticking in this particular over, which is good from the Chennai point of view. The Karnataka Bulldozers would do well to pick up another wicket at this juncture, and they'll be right on top.
This is turning out to be a problem stand for the Karnataka Bulldozers. 21 from only 8, a good strike rate, particularly because of that big 6. And how cleverly did Prithvi play that last delivery? After hitting a big 6, he said, "This one's not there for the big hit. I must get some bat to ball," and an easy single. Good cricket by Prithvi.
15 runs already in this over. Big over for them. Trying something different, working for him. Adventurous. Fortune favors the brave.
Oh, Vikrant, how clever. The pace-off delivery by Karan. And he scooped it from well outside off. Obviously, it has to be a shade predetermined. And he played that really well, allowing the pace of the ball to take it to a boundary. Fine leg was up. Little too much work to do. A short fine. Maybe a dive could have saved that. Well, let's not be too critical.
19 runs. So the Chennai Rhinos are back in the game now after that over. JK was expensive from this end. Karanaran also expensive from this end. So Chandan or Golden Star Ganesh will have to come on soon. Strikes it hard. Only a single. So 20 run over comes to an end at the end of over number 4. Chennai 42 for 1. The Chennai Rhinos dugout. Smiles are back. But it's too early to smile so much. I would agree. You would agree.
Well, I don't know. I think the Chennai Rhinos are off to a very, very good start. They're at the asking rate, about 10, 11 and over. And 9 wickets still in hand. You can see a little bit of concern on Sudeep's face, trying to get his field right for the next bowler. We'll see who that could be. Maybe Chandan, who unfortunately couldn't do too much with the bat today, but he's a very clever bowler. Mixes it up really well and seems to be bowling a lot quicker than the ball actually arriving. So he tricks these batsmen with that funny sort of fake leg spin action. He mentioned a very important name. I shouldn't say fake.
He has modelled himself on the lines of Anil Kumble. You can watch on his bowling. He's also a very useful bowler, Chandan. Got the ability to pick up wickets. And if he is able to pick up one wicket at this juncture, Karnataka will be right back in the game. Otherwise, costly over by Karan Aryan, and Chandan will have to at least restrict the flow of runs.
Well, they really should have taken 2 because although is that Rajiv on the boundary? I'm not so sure. A couple of the fielders have really strong arms, but usually in the CCL it's possible to take a run off the throw, and that's the run up. Now that little flick, and then the jump and the leg spin, which is not quite a leg spin, rolls the fingers over, and as long as you know there's not likely to turn, you can play the right line.
Strikes it hard in the air for a long time. Only a single. Will we see a flipper from him?
Well, if you decide that it's not going to spin much, then you can play any shot you want, because it's just, when a spinner runs in, you wonder where's it going to turn or not, or how much. But if you consider that Chandan's not likely to turn it, you can even slog sweep it, as Prithvi did. Only for a single though, didn't quite catch it.
Karthi there on your screen, brother of Surya. Both of them are big stars in Tamil. Hitting it towards the long on, only a single, so quite over so far for Chennai.
Yeah, he's done well. Kept a very tight line and length, and even though they've been trying to swing him over mid-wicket for a 6, they haven't quite been able to connect. Like I said, he's also got very variable pace, and you never know with these subtle variations. What does happen is they lose, or they find it difficult to get good timing.
Missing the line of the ball completely. Fortunately for the batter, the ball went above the stumps.
Yeah, another terrific delivery. Slightly at pace though. And Prithvi trying to swing it over deep mid-wicket. Missed it completely. Not much bounce there. Very lucky to get away, as you said. Just to the left of off stump. Got to watch the ball a little more carefully, Prithvi. These dot balls are not going to help. So why don't you try hitting it on the offside for a change? There's nobody on the boundary apart from extra cover, meaning square of extra cover, nobody.
Oh! Going in for a reverse flick, adventurous Prithvi. A sense of desperation there.
Well, I actually didn't mind that too much, because I was talking about the offside. And he said, well, if I'm not going to hit it with my right-handed shots on the offside, let me try and reverse it. Why don't you just stand there, and hopefully if the ball's outside the off like it was this time, you can actually square cut or punch it into the offside for some runs. Very good over, only 3 of it. What a comeback.
Strikes it hard, ball in the air for a long time. We'll have to wait and see whether anybody will be able to stop it. Yes, indeed. Only a run to end the over. A good over of Chandan comes to an end. At the end of over number 5, Chennai Rhinos 46 for 1.
Welcome back to the Srikandatta Narasimharaja Stadium here in Mysuru. It's the semi-final number 2. 30 of 16 balls between Prithvi and Vikrant, the skipper. And they seem to be in control, just a shy short of 50. They've just lost the 1 wicket. They need another 65 runs. I'm Fazal Khalil. Good evening, Manoj Bhai.
थैंक यू फजल, गुड इवनिंग। अभी कहते हैं ना, ये मुकाबला ख़त्म नहीं हुआ है क्योंकि अच्छी वापसी की है चेन्नई ने। और मेरा मानना है यदि 10, 12, 15 रन की यदि लीड मिलती भी है तो कोई बहुत फ़र्क पड़ने वाला है, क्योंकि अभी इसके बाद 10-10 ओवर की पारी और रहने वाली है। और जिस तरह से हालांकि थोड़ा सा आप देखें, विक्रांत जो कप्तान है, पाँव में दिक्कत है, अनईजी है, रनर ले रखा है उन्होंने, फिर भी छोड़ संभाला हुआ है। 15 गेंदों में 25 रन बनाए हैं उन्होंने। पृथ्वी उनका साथ दे रहे हैं, 9 गेंदों में 15 रन बनाकर 30 रन की साझेदारी मात्र 16 गेंदों में की है। और रन रेट जो है वो 10 के आसपास यदि रहता है तो कोई दिक्कत होगी नहीं। और थोड़ा सा जो कप्तान है सुदीप, वो दिक्कत में दिखाई दे रहे हैं, क्योंकि उनको लग रहा था ये जो टोटल बन गया है ना, ये काफ़ी सेफ रहेगा।
Will be called wide. Need to be a little more disciplined, do the Bulldozers. Bowling just injured himself. The wife is anxious. Take a look at that. Sudeep, leg side. Oh, it just got the fingertip and it always stings despite the gloves, Manoj Bhai. But it's a boundary that he saved.
5 रन बचा लिए, एक तो फिर भी मिल गया, लेकिन ये वाइड हो गई है और दिक्कत आएगी बहुत, क्योंकि जिस तरह से उंगली की टिप पर जब ये गेंद लगती है ना तो बहुत दर्द करती है।
Well, we saw the concern on the wife's face. That's Mrs. Sudeep. Priya there in the crowd. She's been there all along. Seems in a fair amount of pain. There he is. He's a strong man, Sudeep. But that ball can really sting.
और फजल, मेरा मानना है कि यदि इनको चोट लगी है और यदि ये मैदान से बाहर जाते हैं तो फिर दिक्कत आ जाएगी, क्योंकि ये कप्तान भी हैं और विकेट के पीछे जितना अच्छा काम अभी तक इन्होंने किया है, ऐसा कोई दूसरा विकेट कीपर देखा नहीं है। और सबसे बड़ी बात है कि अब जब शुरुआत अच्छी हो जाए तो उसमें टीम को वापस लाने के लिए एक अच्छे कप्तान का बहुत बड़ा रोल रहता है। तो उम्मीद करनी चाहिए जल्दी ठीक होंगे वो।
मनोज भाई, मेरे को नहीं लगता कि ये बाहर जाएंगे। ही इज अ वेरी स्ट्रॉन्ग मैन, स्ट्रॉन्ग headed man. He wants to stay out there. He is the skipper and he wants to show everyone that he's in charge.